Don't believe me, just grind. Don't believe me, just grind. Do 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 do. Don't believe me, just grind. Do 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 do. Hey, hey, hey. Daily grind. Daily grind. Do daily grind. Oh man, I feel good about this one. Daily grind. Daily grind. Good morning and happy Thursday. If you couldn't tell by that wonderful rendition of Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
This is the Daily Grind, and I am your host, Luke Hatmaker. It is Thursday, and on Thursdays and other days to start with T's, I typically have Rusty with me. How are you, sir?
I am great, man. It is a good Thursday here in the 901. I got my Back to the Future socks on today in honor of y'all's draft yesterday, which begs the question, Luke, I was talking about this at work yesterday. In the mornings when you're getting ready, do you do sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
So I'm a crazy man. I'm wearing shoes right now. I wear shoes all the time. Like I get out of bed and I put shoes on. So, but when I'm getting ready for the day, I do sock, shoe.
I do sock, shoe, unless it's going to be a little bit before I'm leaving the house. Because I'm like you. I got fuzzy Crocs that I usually have on, or I have socks or something like that I'll wear around the house. But if I'm getting ready to go, like this morning, it was Back to the Future sock, Allbird. Back to the Future sock, Allbird, and I'm ready to go.
I mean, I think that kind of makes more sense because then if something happens mid-process, you at least got one shoe on, you can hop around.
Just hop around. That's it. Like, when you're 6'5", you can't tell on the screen, but I am 6'5" and 245-ish pounds. I'm a large human. Bending over to put shoes and socks on is a lot of effort. I'm already down there. I'm going to go ahead and fix that one foot before I move to the other. It's called efficiency.
Yeah, you know what? I don't blame you in the slightest because if I was 6'5", I'm 6'2", and I already get tired doing what I do. If I was 6'5", I'd be like, nope. Yeah. I could talk about shoes all day, which we are going to talk about shoes a little bit in a second.
You're welcome.
Natural transition. That was a setup. I appreciate you. I was wide open in the corner and you just dished it. Before we do get on the topic of you were giant. Shout out Wayno. Thank you for hopping in with us this morning. This night. Before we get started talking about shoes, there's a couple of Grizzlies news, just kind of little trinkets of Grizzlies news, nothing crazy. The Grizzlies are going to start, I believe, their training camp at Innsworth High School in Nashville. Woo! I got really disappointed when I realized none of these were going to be open. I was like, yes. I texted Keith over at Fast Break Breakfast, and I was like, bro, we got to go. And then I realized, I was like, oh, dang. I guess they're doing renos to FedEx, which is good. I mean, I love going to the Forum. I think it's a great arena. I don't really know. I guess they didn't have enough space for what they were wanting to do.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's a product of success as you have some capabilities to expand and build on the program and build on the practice facility and the arena. And the FedEx Forum is already one of the best in the business. And if they can make it better, then like that's a win-win, man. And so they're going to be in Nashville. Maybe the other thing, Luke, it's unfortunate that it's not open, but it feels like Tennessee as a state is very divided, right? Like we've got our Memphis folks, we're over here blue collar. You got Nashville in the middle there, they're their own thing. And then you got East Tennessee. It's very divided. And so if this was an open practice, I would say it would be nice to try and expand the love for the Grizzlies, right? Because it feels like we saw it during the draft, and shout out to all the Vol fans out there, kinda. It was very divisive, right? Like if we don't draft Jalton Connect, you don't care about Tennessee basketball fans. Like, no, we just care about having a winning basketball team, and we need a big more than we need Dalton Connect. So it's an opportunity to expand our footprint. Unfortunately, they're not open.
Which I mean, I am so ready for it because the divide between the state is so strange. It's like I was born and raised in East Tennessee, and like once you go up out of the valley. Or once you drive into the valley and you're in East Tennessee, it's just like you are you're given an honorary Micah Thomas, shout out Vol fans. Everybody south of the valley, it's just that's all you have, really.
Yeah.
You got Vol football and Vol basketball. We didn't even get the Titans in the 90s, and you get Atlanta Braves baseball. You get a lot of Braves baseball, but I've been pushing for I want more people to watch Grizzlies basketball, because they love basketball. They just like when I show people in East Tennessee, the NBA, they're like, you can play basketball like this. And I'm like, hell yeah, you can play basketball like this.
That's it, man. And they bleed, like you said, Mike is a good friend of mine. All these Tennessee Vol fans bleed orange for basketball, women's basketball, men's basketball. But it just feels like it's like they're only Tennessee fans. And it's almost like if they're a Grizzly fan, and Mike is the exception, but if you're a Tennessee fan, you can't be a Grizzlies fan because they're on the other end of the state. And we're just not a part of that. And so I'm like you, man. I'm all about it's the big movement in college baseball that Uncle Buck on the 2 Buck Sports Show and I are a part of is grow the game. # grow the game. And I would love to grow NBA, across the state and get more Grizzlies fans because it's only going to make it better.
I love that # grow the game. One thing that is undoubtedly heading undoubtedly, I said every syllable in that word. Wow. I don't always do that. One thing that is undoubtedly, I screwed it up. Well, one thing that's helping the game is Ja Morant. The overwhelming popularity of Ja Morant, including his signature shoe. My stepson Finn, he didn't know about basketball, didn't know anything about any of the players, but he saw the Ja ones and we're like, man, those are cool. And because of that, he got the shoes and he started watching Ja, and now he's an NBA fan. Yeah. I think the popularity of these shoes, it's Edward, shout out Edward. It's a city and a college thing too. # grow the game. # grow the game. I think you get a signature shoe. That's going a long way to helping you grow the name, grow your personal brand, and grow the team that you're attached to.
Yeah, and we've Ja especially, but we've taken some hits and some licks over the last couple of years with some of the off the court things and Dylan and all the things that we've been through. But
who?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even remember now. Somebody used to wear 2-4. I don't know. Anyway, it just shows that Ja Morant has a very good chance of being the face of the NBA once again. Everybody's trying to push Ant, but on the big stage, Ant has kind of faltered where Ja has really stepped up in the playoffs. Miss me in the comments, clowns, those that are bashing on the Grizzlies in the playoffs. We're injuries away from beating the Warriors and beating the Lakers. Like, those teams were not the same as the regular season team. Nope. But Ja getting his shoes, I've got several pairs. I wore my reverse scratch to dinner last night with Maggie and some friends. Like, I love mine, man. I absolutely love mine. And it's a huge part of growing a brand and an awareness. And so the Ja ones sold like crazy. Ja's jersey was one of the top 10 selling jerseys in the NBA last year, and my guy played 6 games. Crazy. Ja will be the face of the NBA, and now he's got his second shoe coming out, which is incredible. Have you
Lamar Stevens? No, we're talking about Cam Spencer, sir.
Yes, 24. The real 2-4.
The real 2-4. Did you get a chance? So there's been a couple leaks of the Ja 2s. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I didn't care for the purple ones, though. I like the red ones that dropped on Twitter yesterday. Did you see
nightmare?
Those?
Those are the nightmares, right?
I like those with the black teeth on them. Those were clean.
Those are my favorite pair of Jaws that I love the bites, the like salmon-y pink ones with the red teeth. It looks like the teeth on the back of these nightmares are sick.
They're awesome.
It also looks like, what were the purple ones? I saw them too, but I didn't get the name.
They were like a galaxy. I don't remember the name of them either, but it looked like a galaxy, like with some stars, and on the back it says 12 a.m. Like, yes. I don't remember what the theme of that one is. They also dropped some
the Christmas ones.
The Christmas ones are awesome.
They're fantastic.
I do like those. Yeah. And then the ones that the Ja 2s that they had for his jersey retirement at Murray State, with the like the brown kind of tongue, and then like the looks like the gel around it. Those look clean with the blue and yellow in it.
Even the kind that we both agree aren't our favorites. All 4 are just like a cleaner design. It's just the Nike guys know what they're doing. Clearly, they're not idiots. And I like how the Ja ones fit, but these look they just look like they're growing on success. It's the theme of the show. It's like they're building on the success of the first pair, the Ja ones, and they're like, what do people like? What do they not like? Let's make these, and people are going to buy these. There's no other signature shoe doing what Jaws are doing right now. None.
No, the only ones I didn't like is the colorway with like the blue, the black, and the red. I didn't love those. They reminded me of like some &1 shoes you'd see at Walmart. Shout out Walmart. No offense. Walmart's brought me a lot of good things in my life, but I didn't care for those as much. But the design is growing on me, and I think there's some potential here for some pretty slick colors to come out. And it's how it was with the Ja ones. Like, every time they came out with a new pair, it was like, oh, I gotta have those.
Yep.
Oh, those are awesome. Yep. So far, like the colors of these, like I like the nightmares. Those I'll probably buy. The other ones I hadn't been like, oh my God, I got to get those, but I know they're coming. Like, these are still concepts, and designs are going to be rolling out. And I think we've got like 8 pairs of Ja, 8 styles of Ja ones, 8 or 9, and I will very likely get the same ones.
Yep. And I mean, like, you want to talk about it, like, it's a good point. When the first Ja ones dropped, there was like the trivias. I was like, oh my God, I love those. Like, there were just a lot of that. The first scratches were incredible.
Those are one of one, man.
Oh yeah. And shout out Edward. Don't forget the Midnight Diamonds. Those are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing, man, we're transitioning like mugs today. One thing about Ja that I think is making a lot of people excited about the NBA Cup, which we spoke briefly on, and a lot of people are already pegging. Shout out Wayno, Ja MVP season coming. I've seen a lot of people on.
I put money on Ja on ESPN Bet. I put money on Ja for MVP, Grizz to win the title, Grizz to win the NBA Cup. I got 3,300 plus 3,300 for the NBA Cup that we're about to talk about.
That's
I got
crazy.
Ja at like plus 1,500 for the MVP. So
Grizzlies plus 3,300 for winning their group or winning the cup.
Keep sleeping,
baby. Because let's talk about the NBA Cup. And specifically, I want to talk about Group C. I don't care about these other groups because it doesn't matter. The Group C has been deemed the death group, the group of death, for I guess obvious reasons. I mean, I would say there's the most talent in this group, or the most perceived talent. Let's say that, you know, because people think that your mileage may vary on how good you think Denver will be this year. Your mileage may vary on how good you think the Warriors are going to be this year. There's a lot of perceived talent in this group, and there's still a lot of pedigree in this group.
Sure. And don't get me wrong. Yes, there is. And we know in basketball, experience goes a long way. And these teams are experienced. We've got the NBA runners-up last year in the Dallas Mavericks. We've got championship pedigree in Denver and Golden State. And then New Orleans is a team on the rise. They made moves to get a lot better, even though they don't really have – I mean, they've got Theus, but they don't really have another big besides Zion. My thing about this is – look, yeah, exactly. We match up really well with every one of these teams.
Yes.
Uncle Buck made a really good point yesterday. In the Western Conference, there's always a team that's going to dramatically underachieve. There's always just that one team. It was us this past year, right? We were coming off of back-to-back top two seed seasons, and we had injuries, got derailed, and we lost. So, like, it happens, right?
Yes.
There's a good chance that we've paid our penance. Basketball gods, it's not us. But one of these teams is going to fall off, right?
Yeah.
I can see it being Dallas. Like, does the Luka Kyrie thing continue to work? You know, do they take that next step? Or do we see like a lot of these championship run teams that take a step back next year? What does Denver have outside of Jokic, right? Because Jamal Murray crapped the bed on the international scale. Aaron Gordon's getting older. They didn't do anything to get better. They lost their best defender in KCP. I think like Ja runs up and down the floor on that team.
Yeah. I think that Denver is Dusty Clay.
Dusty Clay.
I love that. The team, honestly, I just don't. You were talking about matchups. Denver, just go through Denver still doesn't know who their starting two guard's going to be. They've said that it's going to be an open competition. It's Christian Brown, his to lose, but like we don't know.
Clearly, they're not sold on him. Like, it's like a college football team. If you go into the college football season with an open battle at quarterback, you ain't got a quarterback.
No, you do not. As a Bears fan, even on the pro level, I've had to sit through that crap a lot. You don't have a quarterback if you like. No.
I mean, that's it.
Then you go to, I think that Golden State, we play them first in group play. I think that helps us. Like they may wind up getting their crap together, but they're not going to have their crap together on November 12th. They might not even know. Chris Kerr might not know their rotation that early.
I mean, that's it, man. Like, yes, like Drew said yesterday, they've got Steph, greatest player, one of the greatest players in the world, in the history of probably the greatest pure shooter we've ever seen. But he's older. That team is older. They didn't do anything to get a lot better. They're out on Lauri Markkanen. And if I'm Steph, that's concerning to me. It's like, so we're not going to do anything to get any better? Like, what are we doing
now? They're going to have to wait till the deadline.
I mean, right. And like their championship window is probably, getting real close to being closed on the back end of Steph and Draymond's careers. I wish that game was at home. I wish we could play Golden State at home and at New Orleans, because and shout out Micah, he lives on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He could go to that game. But Ja's the mayor of New Orleans. He absolutely owns the Pelicans in the Smoothie King Arena, owns them there.
Yep.
But we get Denver at home. We don't have to go play at Denver. We can keep Ja out of the strip club. Sorry for the joke there, but like we get them at home. We don't have to go play on top of a mountain in Denver. I think, like, yes, it's a tough group, but it sets us up pretty well to come out as the best team of these 4 because of getting Denver at home. We play New Orleans, who we absolutely dominate outside of CJ McCollum when he just goes nuclear against us. I think we match up well in our group, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, you said CJ McCollum. I don't know. The fact that they have no big, I think it's just throw Edey and throw Tripp out there. And I mean, throw Huff out there. Just let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't feel like that is a problem. If it comes down between us and Dallas, I just like our chances better than Dallas because of old Dusty Clay.
Clay. Absolutely. And like you said, we're a matchup nightmare for New Orleans because what are you going to do if you put Zion on Tripp? He's going to run circles around him on the floor. You put Theus on Edey, and Edey is going to just get back down dunks the entire game. I mean, we're an absolute matchup nightmare for them. Yes, he who shall not be named is a Grizzly killer and has been since his days with Portland. But we're a better defensive team. Just put Vince on him, and Vince is going to, as Tony Allen famously once said, he's going to cut his water off.
Yeah, he's going to clamp it close.
That's it.
I'm. Is basketball here yet? It's just well, and that should be said. The schedule should be released today.
Edward nails it here. We have a deeper team than everybody else in our group for sure.
And it looks like, for at least for the NBA Cup, it's like a regular season thing. We know the Grizzlies are a regular season winning machine. That's all they do. They just compile regular season wins. They do it.
That's it, man.
Splendidly. If these are just another one of those, and if it's just one. The fact that they're ranked so low in this group, I think, will make them chippy as hell, which is we know how they go when they chippy as hell. It's just like what we want,
Yeah. I mean, Ja and Dez have the biggest chips on their shoulder, and Dez more quietly than Ja. But like those boys are gonna be talking all kind of crazy. They're gonna be hooping. We're deeper than these teams. Like, I'm ready, man. Is it October yet? Like, I'm ready for basketball. We've paid our penance. We're going to be healthy this year. I'm calling it now. Knock on wood. Jobu over here. Like, we're going to be healthy this year, right?
Yes.
But like Micah said, 2 p.m. drop today for the schedule. We'll know exactly what our schedule looks like coming up this afternoon. Cannot wait for that to drop to see how many games that I'm going to be making in Memphis because it's going to be a bunch. That's for sure.
Yep. That might be tomorrow's topic is we're going to talk about schedule. Tomorrow's going to be schedule. I want to see when Dylan's coming. There's a lot I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. When do we play, because we talk about the Warriors, we know we play Melton Slow-Mo on November 15th, but how many times do we get to see them? And when do they come to Memphis, right?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Man, I'm excited. Going to be a lot of homecomings this year. We're going to take a quick break, just a little quick one. And when we get back, we're going to play a little game we play around here called Trap. I almost tried to do it like Sean Connery, but that's what we do on Friday. I'm glad I caught myself. Right after this break.
One of the questions as far as my writings for the Wizards was, what's going to happen with Tyus Jones? And I kind of was able to narrow it down. He had 3 teams that he was primarily looking at, and that were the Memphis Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks. From my understanding, Memphis they offered him more money. Memphis offer was somewhere around $5 to $6 million, but they wouldn't have given him an opportunity to start. And I believe that was something that was really important for him.
I'm not saying that what you're saying isn't true, but I don't think the Grizzlies actually made a serious run at Tyus Jones. And at that number, I don't even consider that serious. You know what I mean?
A lot of people in Memphis didn't really want to believe that the Grizzlies were interested in Tyus Jones. And I think from what I saw on the internet, a lot of that has to do with you guys' expectation of what Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to be. The Memphis Grizzlies very much like Scottie Pippen Jr., but I'm also here to tell you they went out and tried to get a backup point guard.
Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Representing your country and winning, I think I'd black out on the podium. Because when I watch these people whose names I won't remember a week from now, and they're on the podium and they have tears and I start crying because I'm like, what a moment for this person. I'm getting a little nervous talking about it right now, BK.
I would shed 3 tears.
Oh.
I wouldn't be nose running crying. Not that crying. You know, there's levels to this crying game. There's
Shoulder shaking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even when the tears stop, you still like, that's when you used to get in trouble, though. Your parents used to get, that's when you used to get beaten.
You stop.
Yes, you better stop crying.
Exactly.
Put that thing on that bottom lip.
I'm not crying.
Right? Yeah. I would definitely be up there. I would cry.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
It said my mic was unplugged, and I'm like, I don't think that's the case. But I'm back anyway. Welcome back to the Daily Grinds. You can catch all those shows. It's Thursday, so Night Court will be today. Anthony Saint Show was yesterday. Will also be tomorrow. Two Buck Sports Show will be tomorrow. We've got No Bluffing was on Monday. Next Gen should be this coming Monday. Grizzlies 901's coming back. Jess Benson starts in 5 minutes over at Grind City Media. There's just a bunch. You know, people say that we're in the dead time. I don't know anybody called it. We're in the slow time before the preseason and all that, but there's still stuff going on. Still content for you. You know, like check it out.
Hey, we're talking college football. We're getting ready for SEC football season. We're talking Texas A&M, Vanderbilt this week. Next week is our big show for me and Uncle Buck. He's an Ole Miss fan. I'm a State fan. We're talking State and Ole Miss next Friday. Yes. Fireworks will be going. I promise you, we will be anything but civil next Friday.
Yes. Man, I forget it. We got SEC coming. We're going to start doing NFL stuff on this show because the Bears are going to be good again. Like, we got stuff coming. But back to this show. On Thursdays, we like to play a silly little game based on Rear Admiral Akbar of the Rebellion, the Galactic Rebellion, RIP. I imagine he would have hooped. I mean, look at those fingers with hands like that. Yeah, I don't care if you can't breathe there. You know, hands like that, you're gonna be good. Point of the game: I will give you a series of trivia questions, half fake, half not fake, half real. I'm just gonna give them to you. You don't have to answer correctly, you just have to say yes if you think it's a real question. You know the rules, or it's a trap. I didn't tell you this beforehand because I wasn't sure what we were gonna do until maybe, let's say 10 minutes ago. But in honor of the Jaw 2s, I thought it would just be fun. And, you know, Nike, the swoosh. We're going to do just quick trivia questions about Nike. You know, they've made a ton of shoes. They made that
a great movie.
Air, man. Did you see it?
I love that movie, man. It's so good.
They could just, granted, I know it's Michael Jordan, but like if there were stories like that they could just churn and burn, I would watch them every day. Like,
man, absolutely.
When Viola Davis picks up the phone at the very end, gives that speech, I'm just like,
I know, dude. She was so good, man. She was so good. Like, give me a Phil Knight movie. Like, you know what's going to come. Right? Like, there's going to be like the Phil Knight movie and story is going to be amazing when it's finally done.
I would love to see a Bill Walton movie about his life. Yeah, and if anybody needs a redhead that's moderately tall, right here.
They make CGI, man. We can stretch you out and make you taller.
Just boom, done.
You can play like middle school Bill Walton.
With a beard. It'd be weird. There's always that one kid in middle school. We all know it. Okay, back to the game. So, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, question number 1. What year was Nike founded?
Yes.
Boom.
I don't remember, but it was for running shoes.
Yes. Piggybacking off of that, what was the original name of Nike before it became Nike Incorporated?
It's a trap. Oh, it was different?
Yeah, it was called Blue Ribbon Sports.
Well, how about that?
I think everything was Blue Ribbon beer, Blue Ribbon. Like, America was really uncreative.
Big on ribbon.
Yeah, Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, big ribbon.
The first sport that Nike designed, this is true or false, that Nike designed shoes for was professional underwater basket weaving.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. You actually called it. It's running. The underwater basket weaving, not as popular of a sport, turns out. The true or false, Nike has an Ares shoe based on the Greek god of war.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. That's some Adidas garbage. They'd be naming shoes like that. You know they would. Who designed the iconic Nike swoosh logo?
Yes.
Yes, man. You want to talk about? I don't know if it's lazy or brilliant, but it's
I
great.
know. I mean, but like everybody knows it. Like you don't even have to have Just Do It or Nike, but you see that check, that swoosh, you know exactly what it is.
Brilliant marketing. Let's do. In what year did Nike launch its first line of space exploration sneakers?
It's a trap for now.
For now, we've been trying to get those laced up shoes from Back to the Future. You're wearing the socks. I
Yes.
say it's only a matter of time.
It is.
Who was Nike's first celebrity endorser? And let me give you a hint. Maybe he died sitting on his toilet.
Yes.
No, it's a trap. It wasn't Elvis.
No, you messed me up. You got me.
I was like, I don't. Elvis might. I don't know who the first guy was.
Who? I mean, Nike has some suede shoes. Maybe they made some blue suede shoes for him that were Nike.
Anybody that's an artist, if you can draw me Elvis with blue suede Nikes, I would love you forever. That'd be so sick.
Blue suede dunks. Let's go.
Blue suede dunks. That's the name of the episode. Which famous basketball player signed with Nike in 1984, leading to the creation of the most successful sneaker line ever?
Yes, Michael Jordan, his airness.
The
second most iconic logo, because you see that Duncan logo, you know that the Jumpmans and Jordans, you know what
Air
they
Jordan,
are.
baby.
You know what they are.
All right. Last. Damn it. I give these away. Last question. True or false? Was the first design of the logo neon hot pink?
It's a trap.
It is a trap. I lost my thing for a second. It's a trap. You got them all right, but one. And I cheated on that one with the Elvis stuff. And if someone's going to send, I threw you off. That's on me. So if someone sends us, I'm going to give you, you're in first, second, and third, I think.
That's good.
You're just, man, next week, there's a blank whiteboard right here. I'm staring at it. I'm just going to fix it. And we're going to move it right here.
Rusty, buckets, musty. Top 3.
Rusty, busty muckets. And then I'm going to have Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, Drew Gann.
Michael Jordan.
His Royal Airness. It's going to be hilarious. That's going to do it for our show today, y'all. Jess Benson just started. Just now, go check her out. She's great. We will be back tomorrow, probably with Rusty, maybe with Uncle Buck. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk schedule. Tomorrow's going to be a scheduled day. Good day. It's going to be a good day. Have good days today, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks. We had a bunch today, y'all. I appreciate good seeing you. Edward, Micah, Wayno. Who am I forgetting? No, that's it. King Meeks wasn't with us yet, but he's here in spirit.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you. Have a good day at work. If you're not working, have a good sleep, Wayno. We'll see you tomorrow. If I can leave you with 2 things today, just remember to be a little weird, just a little bit, and remember to smile. Everybody have a good day, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow.